Another feature of the Microsoft Entra ID is a self-service reset password. Now, to enable this, you must have the premium P1 or P2 license, as this doesn't work with the free license. So to set things up, let's click on Microsoft Entra ID. And over here, we can click on password reset. But before I go through the settings, I just want to show you that I'm unable to reset my password without setting this up. So if I open up a new tab and if I go to the link, which is https://aka.ms/SSPR, and I'll select one of my users, CloudSync user 1 at kzcclabs.com, and let's put in the code, click next. Over here, you can see that you cannot reset your own password because password write back isn't turned on for your organization. So let's close this and go through the settings. So let's select service reset password for all users. Click on save. The authentication methods. So how many methods do you require to reset your password? Do you require one method or do you require two methods? In my case, I'll only use one, and I'll give the option for the user to select his mobile phone, email, or mobile app code. You can also select security questions. So you have two options over here. First, while registering, the number of questions the user requires to register. So he would have either 3 or 4 or 5, depending on what you set. And then once he has registered his questions, to reset his password, he would require to answer at least 3 or 4 or 5 questions. So in this case, I am not going to select security questions. And let's click on save. Click on registration. Over here, users require to register when signing in. Click on yes. And the minimum days to re-authenticate or reconfirm your information is 180 days. So I'll leave that as default. Click notifications. Notify users when password resets. Yes. You can also notify all admins when other admins reset their password. But in this case, I will just leave it as no. Go to customizations. Now you can customize a help desk link, so you can have one of your own links which helps the user to review the information, and if he gets stuck or if he's unable to reset his own password or register for that matter, you can have like a help desk link or an email that can help the user with resetting his password. I do not have any such thing at the moment, so I will leave that as no. Now coming to on-premise integration. Since I have already set up a Microsoft Entra Connect provisioning agent, I'll go ahead and select write back passwords with Entra Connect Cloud Sync, and I'll also allow users to unlock their accounts without resetting their passwords. Click on save. And let's look at the administrator policy. Over here, the password self-service reset is enabled for all admins. The number of methods required to reset is 1, and the methods available to administrators are email, mobile phone, and mobile code. Now let's go ahead and reset a user's password. So if I select a new tab and go into my SSPR link, type in the user, put in the code, click on next. And now you can see that we still cannot reset the password. I wanted to show you this because there is a way that you can find out what is the issue. So if you go back to password reset And if we go to diagnose and solve problems, over here, you can see the different troubleshooting options that you have. For the time being, my problem is I cannot reset the user's password. So let's troubleshoot why I cannot do that. Let's type in his username and let's click on next. Now it's running a diagnosis and let's see what the result is. So the result is that the user is not enabled for self-service password reset. Great. So now we need to enable the user for self-service password reset. So let's open an incognito tab. Let's go to the self-service password setup. So SSPR setup. And now let's set up the user. So cloud sync use1 at kzcclabs.com. Click on next. I need to set up an authenticator app. So click on next. Click on next. Next. And let me scan my QR code. Now I can set up another sign-in method. So let's click on add. You can choose authenticator app, but I already have that. You can enter a phone number or an email. So let's choose email. And let me enter my email. Click on next. Click on next. And now let's go and try and reset our password. Let's open another incognito tab. Let's go to https:// aka SSPR. Enter the username that you would like to reset the password for. Enter the code. Click on next. And now you can see you have two options. I have forgotten my password, or I know my password, but I still can't get in. This is the option where I had ticked they can unlock the account. So if I go back over here and go to password reset, on-premise integration. So I get the second option, allow users to unlock accounts without resetting the password. And hence I have this option here. So let's go and say I have forgotten my password. Now it gives me two verification methods. So I can either use the Authenticator app and enter the code, or I can use my alternate email address. So since I set up my Authenticator app, I'll go ahead and put in the verification code. Click next. And now I can enter my new password. Click finish. And now my password has been reset. So this way you can set up SSPR, help your users register first. And once they have registered, they can reset their password without the help of an administrator. So I hope you found this video interesting, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.